Yes, with its fast-acting double-action ingredients, you'll be laughing in no time. Paramount, for the night before, the morning after.
Simon had done Dan Doyle, and I'd done Mash and Peas with Matt and Dave. And then there was a very sort of, I have to say, very vague idea called Asylum.
I remember, basically, the arse falling out of my world when I saw Asylum for the first time.
I remember seeing Asylum very late at night and being aware that it was quite dark. That was what was nice about the new stuff on Paramount, is they were willing to give people their sort of head and let them do things somewhat less conventionally.
The Asylum, which was one of the things that, one of the very first shows that Edgar made, and in fact, I think was the show where Edgar met Simon Pegg.
Simon and other people in the cast, and Edgar and David Williams, wrote Asylum, which was a narrative-based sketch show, practically.
The basic idea originally was that it was just stand-ups doing stand-up in cells in an asylum, which, you know...
actual mental patients.
Now would be quite politically incorrect, and to be honest, it was politically incorrect back then as well.
I met a pretty boy selling his cheese, so ripe and keen.
Excuse me, did you order a pizza?
Yeah,
Great, that's $6.99, please.
No, I ate it ages ago. I remember saying to the waitress, can I have a thick pan supreme with extra anchovies? And she said, what size? I said, oh, about that wine.
Excuse me? Did you order a beef magic?
I ordered the destruction of mankind. It was late.
I remember just seeing the title sequence of it. It was where Edgar has this amazing crane move up to reveal the buildings. You didn't do that in comedy shows up to that point. That was a defining moment in comedy for me. I just thought, wow, yeah, comedy can be cool. Yes!
When I look at things like Asylum, I see this wonderfully crafted kind of piece of cinema, and then I compare it to us making jokes about cocks.
Edgar Wright was directing this thing called Asylum, which I always remember was beautifully directed, and that had a lot of people in it, like some of the mighty Boosh were in that.
I remember Julian quite clearly, visually, Julian, because he's just quite striking.
Did you have a beard in Asylum? I'm struggling to remember what you
Pointy beard.
Pointy beard.
I'm Victor Monroe.
No, you're not. You're Julian. Painter and decorator from Barnsley.
I'm Victor.
Julian.
Victor.
Julian.
Victor.
Julian.
I'm Victor.
Julian.
I'm Victor.
Painter and decorator. Painter and decorator. Painter and decorator.
£2 for the wall. I mean, that can stay as it is, I think. That's full blue eye raging like. Put that down there like Midnight Peach. I thought I'd make a nice contract to start with the Midnight Peach. Midnight Peach, what does that sound like? I haven't got any on me at the moment, but I can get back to the garage because I've got loads of it at home. St Shrewsbury, I can get it vanned up quick as a flash in van and that, pretty quick and sharpish. Yeah, 2 sugars at me, like milk. 2 sugars. Just all the biscuits.
I remember Asylum happening and a big fuss about it happening and stuff, and I thought, oh, let me be part of it. I'm here, you'll get me cheaper. You don't have to deal with no agents or anything, I'm staff.
What we did have, I remember, was the sort of like Simon, Julian Barrett, Adam Bloom,
Yeah.
and I think Paul Morocco, and then I think you suggested Jessica Stevenson.
Can you describe that for me?
Well, I worked with Jessica on this show called 6 Pairs of Pants that was like a sketch show for Meridian Television, and she was so amazing and kind of just, you know, I just thought she was the best thing since sliced bread.
I live in Surrey with my husband Ted and my children Sandra and Eloise. They're both into dance and drama. I don't force them into it, you know, they just don't get their dinner if they don't go to their dance lessons. I recently actually went down to London to do an audition for Oliver, but they didn't get it. I said, why? Is it because they're Scottish? And she said, no, it's because they're too fat to be orphans. I said, what do you mean? Orphans can be fat. They just eat because they're unhappy. And then I punched her and walked out. But I think it's important to set that kind of example for the children, you know. Show them they've got a tight fist to hold on to.
It was funny as well to have that kind of like to do big scenes with everybody. It was pretty crazy, especially like, you know, kind of so many different personalities in the room. It was like really funny.
Paul Morocco doing
Paul Morocco with his spitting balls.
Oh my God.
Rides time like a donkey. And we are trapped in time. Look at you playing with time as though it was a kitten. You mold time.
time, you shape time, you bend time, shake time, shake it, twist it, baby, yes. Time, I am trapped in time, but you are free. Oh, silent face, you mysterious, beautiful bitch.
I don't know what had happened there on the asylum, me and Paul Morocco. We sort of like teamed up.
We got going, didn't it?
It could have been me and Paul Morocco, you know, all the way. Luckily you stepped in.
Better with ping pong. His control of ping pong balls is better than mine.
I mean, you could put the stuff now, you know, 9 o'clock Friday night, Channel 4, and people would go, give it a BAFTA.
It was not something that you'd really seen on a cable channel ever before.
There's one line that still to this day, me and Simon repeat endlessly when it comes to us, is Julian saying in a monologue, he goes, I was a young man once.
I was a young man once. I was a flapper, a gadabout.
A little Johnny Rooster, full of the hopes and dreams of youth.
Full of the hopes and dreams of youth.
And it's the line from Asylum that's really stayed with us was from one of Julian Barrett's monologues.
These guys are absolute geniuses. And it's literally like, I can't watch any more of this. This is going to depress me too much. And then, so as a result, whenever people say to me, oh, have you seen Asylum? I say, yeah, it's shit.
You sort of think, what was it about the channel at that time, in that particular couple of years, that kind of led to all this?
I'd like to think that I will be remembered many years after my own death.
What for?
For the things I say and do.
The things you say? Like what? Have you seen my light blue trousers? Can I have a crisp?
There are many things I do that you don't know anything about, OK?
We didn't know anything. We didn't have any ideas of what would or wouldn't work, or
no.
So you just do everything.
I don't think I'd ever acted on screen ever before, so it was like I didn't know what way you looked, how loud you were supposed to talk, or anything.
They were the sort of the YouTube or whatever it is of their day, or the MySpace.
Only recently, it seems to me that they're trying to do what they did in the beginning, get new, fresh talent on there.
Because that was the first TV experience we had, really. We've never wanted it any other way.
It's quite difficult to capture that time again, isn't it? Like, to have that sort of freedom.
Going into that building to do that little kind of thing about a spaceman that I'd cobbled together in Nick's flat.
It's so weird when you actually think about all of this and you look back at everyone who started at Paramount at that time, because some of them have gone on to be comedy superstars, comedy superstars, comedy superstars.
What the hell was that?
It's just my mum bringing me some tea. Mark, I was just doing it for you today. I'll be home at 6.
Give me a fucking award.
I'm only joking. Don't want one.
Was he rude? How rude can I be back?
No, he wasn't rude.
Okay, then I wasn't rude.
You sometimes get that spacesuit out in the bedroom, don't you?
Always. With you.
Yeah. And the dog, yeah.
The dog.
He said in Eat magazine that I was thick as 2 short planks. And I am. But you don't have to be brainy to be funny, do you? Don't. Donald Duck can't even speak and he's funny. Isn't he?
I think it is.